And good evening, everybody. Welcome back to Music Free Gaming. All the gaming of those other streams, but none of the music. I hope you're having a fabulous day today. It is a beautiful day. It is a day where I just realized I forgot to update some titles and stuff, so let me do that real quick. Hope you're having a fabulous day, though. It's almost like I forgot completely how to do this whole streaming thing since Saturday. It's just one of those things. It really is. Sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. And this is one of those times when my brain has just totally ceased all of the working and stuff. Speaking of things that are working, you may have noticed, may not. I do have I simplified the webcam overlay here just a little bit. Removed the little social links that were down there, took the schedule out. I figure if you want to see the schedule, it's up on Twitch. You can go see it there, twitch.tv/musicfreegaming. It's all good. Or go to musicfreegaming.com. Okay, that was ominous. I did not expect lightning and thunder right after saying the website address. That was just not at all in the plan. That thunder wasn't either. This is badly timed thunder, or perhaps very well timed thunder, one of the two. Anyway, so I got that going. It's fun, and there are a couple of new channel points redemptions on the stream, which are going to be super fun. You can change the color of the overlays. So instead of my regular blue, you can change them to green. You can change them to red, white, yellow, or then back to blue if they're one of those others. So that's going to be fun. All right, so let's switch over to the gameplay. All right, here we are, back in the mining and the crafting. And let's go ahead and do stuff like sleep. Because that thunder just seems like a kind of scary and stuff, right? All right, so should I have everything? Yes. Cool, so let's meander over this way. So I'm going to start a new neighborhood. I've liked working on that shop and stuff, and honestly, I just don't want to go do landscaping right now, and I want to get into something a little bit new. So we're going to come over here, and this one's sort of on the far side of things, which is okay. We've got all the flaming skeletons and stuff, those are fun too. All right, so this is going to be way over here. Of course, the drawback of being way over here is it's all the way over here, which is sort of far away from my beacons, but that's okay. So there are some sheep here. These are mountain climbing sheep and pigs. They're happy up there on the mountain, unable to get down, living their whole life in 1 square meter. I'm sure that's not scary for them at all. Anyway, yeah, so here's what's going on. So over here, let me pop up here. All right, so I've got this, you can see the outline here. I've got a little castle fort thing. This is going to be here, okay? And then the idea is that I'm going to build up a neighborhood coming around this way and over through here. And then this will be castle and stuff coming this way. This whole hill is going to get replaced with castle stuff and build up into that. And it's going to be fun. But this is where I want to start, is with this castle thing. Now, I marked it out. You can see I've got it set up right now with stone brick and stuff, right? And basically that's just as I went through and built the walls. I swung through here and just marked out using the terrain as a guide and that type of thing. Here's where I want the castle. Okay, and the idea is that this is going to be sort of the I don't know, this is kind of like maybe the military headquarters, perhaps. There's going to be lots of stuff inside there, but this is where maybe the police are and the guards and the llamas and all of those things. Gotta have a place for your llamas. And they're here partly because, you know, there's this deep, dark forest over here, right? So, got some stuff happening here. I will build out. The outer wall is probably going to stay the same. But what's here on the inside is going to change. Right, so the outer wall is going to remain stone brick. I'll build that up, do a bunch of stuff with it. But for now, this is what it is. So, but I wanted to start on this castle. So, here's the thing. You know, I thought it might be fun. So on the inside of the castle, maybe build it up with some different materials and stuff. All right, so the outer wall is going to remain the stone brick, but on the inside, I thought it would be fun to do something a little different. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to build this up, and I'm going to play a little bit more with gradients. That's part of the reason I'm doing this. And here's what I'm looking at. I'm going to set up something along these lines. It's going to have some gray concrete powder, basalt, and then the smooth polished basalt. This guy, right? It's going to be fun. All right, so that's the plan. Apparently, I'm going to move some arrows into my inventory too. So that's what I'm looking at for the gradients. Now, what I have, very conveniently enough, is a bunch of concrete powder and some basalt. So leave that there in the shulkers for now. And let's get started on this here somewhere. Right, so I suppose what might be good would maybe start down there. Let's see, now this gets, where am I at? This is level 77. This down right over here is 78. So, you know, about the same. It's just a matter of where do I want to start the gradients. Now, I can bring this down a little further. That's a tree. And that's a dark place where I'm sure nothing bad could spawn ever. All right, so yeah. 75, 76, 77. Okay. So I can start up there. If I want to take this a little bit darker here on this corner, I could do that. I could pull out some, probably polished concrete, or polished something else. Polished blackstone. That's the word I'm looking for. Right? So this is all going to come in here with that. So basically, this first row is all going to be the gray concrete. Okay, so yes, this is all going to be gray concrete, and like I said, I can bring this concrete a little bit deeper if I want to, but yeah, because this will be a thing here too. But I think what I'll do is I'll bring it straight, and maybe I'll flatten the ground underneath there, something like that. Okay, so this wall is going to come over this way, something along those lines, right? And then I'll bring some dirt over this way, and it's gonna. This will get filled in somewhat, right? Right, so I'll have some wall going here. Of course, now I can't get through it because of, wall reasons. Right, so I'll have something along this way, like this. Yeah, this will all build up kind of around there, right? You get the idea? Sure. Whoa, and apparently I'm going to dig some path there, because why not? Okay, now this center section here, right? This chunk, I'm going to dig out inside there. I don't know what I want to do about this hill. If I want to tear it down or leave it. So for now I'm going to leave it, but let's come in here. I do have my hammer. Nice. Okay, well, that's fine. All right, yeah, I mean, it's fine that I dug out that one block because, you know, I don't need it right now. All right, so just dig out this way. So I kind of know where I'm at, where I'm going, right? All of that stuff. As I said, this is all going to be. I'm going to take all of this out and all of this stuff, right? So cool, right? So this is going to come this way, and even though that's going to be behind the mountain, I'm making a mountain out of a molehill, really, because look, it's a hill. It's small, you know. It's a thing. Okay. Anyway, so I'm turning this into stuff. Now, what I'm going to do here too is I'm going to put in probably just some of the powder and just pour water over it. But for now, because you know that's what I've got. I don't have the. I didn't go three. Nope. I did not go 3 and clean that out. I just okay. So yeah. So that'll be fun when I get to the actual concrete powder section. But for now, get this. And yes, the other part that's going to be interesting here too is coming around here, right? So this hill sort of comes up and around. I kind of want to keep a lot of that there. The idea is that, hey, I'm building with the terrain here a little bit. Okay, there's no other real planning involved with it, right? I could try planning. That would probably be a good thing, but yeah. Where's the fun in that? All right, speaking of fun, let's just put a couple of torches around here. Oh, you know what I should do too? Maybe is... I suppose I could get a bed over here, but given that one's just a teleport away, I guess it's not really that big a deal. Okay. Well, we'll sleep. We'll go back. Play some more stuff. Once I get those first round of blocks in, then I can get out there, pour some water on the whole mess. It'll be great, right? Sure. Also, I suppose I should figure out how tall this building's going to be, too. It's always the question. Sort of an important one, too, when you're dealing with gradients. It's like, all right, how tall is this going to be? And can I, like, make some plans based off of that? You know, it's like you do. All right, but first, it'd be diggy time. Oh yes, we are going to diggy right through here. So basically, I'm just cleaning that out so that I can see what's going to happen here. In fact, I should take it back one more block. Right, just come in here like this because this wall that I'm digging is going to, I'm building. I suppose I could dig a wall too, but this wall is coming up right through here. So I do kind of need to know where it's going to be. So, all right, so let's go ahead. Now, I do want to maybe not do something really silly. I don't know what that would be, but I'd like to not do it. Yeah, so this wall is coming this way, right? So let's go and just bring this powder all the way across here. And of course, gravity works on concrete powder, so gotta deal with that particular problem. It's not a big problem, but it does exist. And basically all I'm doing here is flying. Now, basically all I'm doing is trying to figure out where the edges are. Okay, so 78 here. So, let's see. Yeah. Okay, so, in fact, I do want to take out that wall, that. So, all right, so drop that concrete powder back in there. Just so that I have that edge of the wall marked, right? Sure. Okay, so this is all going to slide in this way. All right. Okay, so now this is going to come out this way. Got stuff. All the rock to remove, you know. It's not, oh, that's just a little piece of grass. Okay, cool. It's like, what did I miss? Well, you know, nothing really. It's just grass. All right, so this is going to come down to... Oh, right, because this wall is actually a really funky shape. Again, by design, but doesn't change that it's a funky shape. So, right, so now this is going to come in right there. That's one of those times. Yep, it's nice that gravity works. Okay, so, right, so that's going there. Okay, and then this is all going to come up this way. I'll worry about that stone brick at some point in the not too distant future, I hope. Just as I get up to that height on the castle. Now, okay, so now this is going to come up this way. And yeah, I haven't decided on how tall this is going to be, so I haven't planned this out in any way. Okay, so that's going to come in this way. Right, sure. Okay. Great. Oh, the fun. Right, sure. I hope so, anyway. Is there fun? Yeah, I think so. Okay, also, I'm apparently out of inventory space. Well, let's go just plant a flower out here. You know, flowers are good. Okay, so time to make use of the sorting system here. All right, so those go in. Yeah. All right, well, guess we'll sort all of that. It'll get there eventually. It probably would have been faster just to put the dirt in the box directly, but what's the point of having a storage system if you don't use it, right? If you don't let it sort stuff on its own, you know, just let it go. So, okay, so this is going to come in this way. I guess I can take this out. And kind of stuck on this dirt here, which is a little annoying. On the other hand, it's going to be kind of nice to get up here and get all that. So, okay, so now this is the plan, I guess. All right, so probably shouldn't have thrown all of that dirt into the sorting system. Might have been nice to have a little bit more than just this, but okay, so now this is going to come up this way. All right. So I think what I want to do is let's just play with this for height. Now, you can kind of see right over here, right? As I had built up around this, I think it's going to come up, and I think probably probably should end up being about as tall as this wall. Okay. Maybe a little bit, actually probably a little bit taller. Right, I can come in here and bring some turrets or something kind of in these corners. I just kind of squared that off, just expecting some form of something here. Again, not a whole lot of planning, just some rough sketches, right? Just outline this wall. Because you can see this is was a fairly steep hill just going all the way through here. So I wanted to take advantage of that and just say, and make that part of the lore of the build, is that they built this walled city, and part of what they're doing is trying to keep out all of the scary monsters that are coming out of the dark forest. Right? That makes some sense, I hope. Okay, so let's come over. Get myself turned around when I come out of free cam. So don't go into free cam. Yeah, sure. All right, so I'm going to grab some basalt. I've already got some concrete powder, but all right. So what I want to do is I'm going to come over here, and I want to build up kind of how tall this is, deal with all of the gradient and stuff, right? So now, at the moment, hey, it's still all concrete powder. I'll pour some. Oh, I don't have a bucket. I don't have a water bucket, but I can get a water bucket. I think I know where I keep one. So we shall see. Oh, also, my back's a little tight today, so just kind of deal with that. So now this is, hang on, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, about 16, call it 18 blocks. So I've got 4 colors that I'm going to be working with. So each of those is going to go up about 4 blocks. Okay, so it's 1, 2, 3. Yeah. So something like that. Now, I need a water bucket. Where do I have a water bucket? Hey, how's it going there, Alpha? Welcome, welcome. Hope you're having a fabulous day. All right, so I don't have water in there. Do I have water in my... I do. Sweet. See, this is why you keep tool chests around. Also, it's dark and scary, so maybe I should drop in the... I'll come over here and sleep while I get a water bucket out. All right, so let's go ahead and sleep, and then I'll pour a little water here, and then so I've got an idea of where the actual concrete is, get the concrete powder, the basalt, all of that fun stuff, right? Oops, can't type. All right. So, yeah, so we'll just do this, and so let's get a little water flowing here just to turn that all into concrete. Okay, so now I'm going to come in with the concrete powder. Let's see, so that's, what is that? 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's basically going to be about there. Okay, I've got a little more here, which is great. So what I'm doing is I'm starting on a new neighborhood in my walled city. And what I'm starting on first is sort of this little castle, police station, guard. It's like this is where the city guard is based out of, something along those lines. So what I'm starting with here is just a little bit of gradients and texturing, and I kind of get an idea for how all of that's going to work. Okay, so this is coming up 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's going to be kind of up here Something along these lines. Okay, now I'm still new to this whole gradient texturing thing, so we'll see how this goes. But I think this will work. So this will come up here somewhere. Okay, and then basically what I'm going to do is once I get this in place. Oh, the golden arrows. So these are spectral aerials? No, arrows. I cannot speak. It's a problem I have. These are spectral arrow. Jeez. Nope. Arrows is not a word I can say if I'm trying to connect them with spectral. Because then they become spectral aerials. I am shooting ghostly mermaids at people. It's just... Anyway. So spectral arrows... See, I said it. Spectral arrows are something you get from Piglet trading. You can... I think you can craft them as well, but I haven't bothered. They're left over from Piglet trading. What they will do is when you hit a mob with them, it will highlight them. So if they go behind a rock or a tree or it's dark, they'll be lit up so you can still see them. Okay. And that's what they do. So I've got my Piglet trading farm. Well, farm is a little bit of a stretch, but I do have 3 piglins in jars that I trade with. Here, I'll show you even. All right, so here in my nether area, right, so you can basically drop gold on them, or you throw gold at them, and they'll throw stuff back, kind of at random. And it's basically mostly up through here, right? So you get some fire charges, you'll get some ender pearls, you'll get some string, iron nuggets, spectral arrows, which, again, they just sort of stack up. They'll throw leather at you, nether bricks, quartz, crying obsidian. This is the only way to get crying obsidian, short of tearing out some other things. This area took a while. I don't know. I can't recall. It definitely took a little time. The biggest thing that took some time is the sorting system, which actually I have to go through and update a little bit because I screwed up when I set it up, so I don't have good overflow protection on the chests, but yeah, so that's what it is. And then I've got I've got a gold farm, right? So coming up this way here, we'll just go into free camp. Right, so coming up here, I've got I've got this area, so I'll get piglins that'll spawn here. They'll go hunting those eggs, and will fall to their doom. So the sorting system, it's pretty basic, actually. It's just there are just a lot of chests. Oh, I did fix. No, I didn't fix it. Okay. So yeah, so basically everything jumps into, well, all the Piglet trading comes in here. Got an item elevator, little hopper vader, or dropper vader that comes up into the sorting system. What I need to do is pull this out into a full Impulse SV, 48 item sorter. For now, it's just you drop in this one. Right now, it's 18 items plus some filler. Right, and then it goes. I need to knock this back one, because if you go with a 48, then you don't have any overflow stuff. So, no, this is actually really simple, and I say that as someone who's not good at redstone. Okay, basically, I found a tutorial for the item vader. If I were in the overworld, I'd just use a bubble column, but in the nether, you can't use water. And then these sorters are really, really simple. Right, it's just a cup, hopper, redstone torch, repeater, and then some redstone going this way. You can see it. It's up like on the Minecraft wiki. You can do it. And then this just sorts. Again, because I'm in the nether, I have to use a hopper chain instead of doing like doing water flowing across here, because, you know, no water. So, yeah, so it just floats around that way and swings around. So, that's a fairly straightforward system. It's just big. There's just a lot to it. So, the thing that's a little bit complicated, perhaps, and again, I just found a YouTube video for this thing, is the Piglet trading farm. So, once you coax in a couple of piglins, name tag them so they won't despawn. Basically, what you do is you drop you take a dropper, pointing down at them, and then you hook them up to a redstone circuit here, which is not overly complicated, I think. Again, there are some great YouTube vids on this. I just copied. And basically what happens anytime something drops into the hoppers that those piglins are standing on, it triggers that dropper again. So if I can load that thing up with gold, and then as long as there's gold in the hoppers up top, the piglins will keep trading. So it works kind of sort of like this. I have a little bit of gold here. Right, so just grab some gold ingots. You throw them in. And then you just have to jumpstart the system. So I just have a little button that triggers those hoppers the first time. And so yeah, they get the gold. They look at it for a while, decide it's cool, and they drop it in. And yeah, so it keeps feeding. Every once in a while, something gets caught up, and it's a little weird, but... Oh, the other thing that they trade, which I've got going over here at the moment, is they'll throw you, like, enchanted boots or enchanted books. I gotta make sure that doesn't overflow, because I don't have any good protection on it. So, basically, soul speed boots, soul speed books, and, like, water bottles. Also, potions of fire resistance. So, I've got a lot of boots. I really should try to do this. Yeah, it takes some time. If you're really excited, you can go back in the archives, youtube.com/musicfreegaming live, and somewhere back there, you can see where I built this. But, so yeah, it's not too bad. It's just... So it was just the sorting system took roughly forever, just because it's big. Okay, so that's... Alright, so I'm looking at this here. I'm not super thrilled with the concrete powder. Just as I'm looking at this. Alright. So I think I may want to change my gradient here. Because the smooth basalt to the regular basalt isn't too bad, but I think if I were to go gray concrete, and maybe I'll just use something down here. Terracotta might be a good idea. Yeah. All right. Let's see. Sleeping. Sleeping is a thing. Let's see. Is it... All right. I have to figure out which terracotta I've got. All right. Let me jump over here to my main storage and see what I've got here. If not, if I don't have anything cool, I may have to meander out to the farm, or the quarry. That's concrete. What the heck's concrete doing in there? Okay, but that's pretty much what I've got. I don't have any gray there, so... Okay. Alright, so let's jump to the quarry. And let's see, terracotta's right up front, fortunately. Alright, so... I guess... Alright, well, there isn't any gray. That's inconvenience. So, alright, well, let's see. I do have some regular terracotta here, so... the system is currently sorting, which is always fun to start pulling stuff out of. All right. All right, so we've got some of that. Do I have... Let's see if I've got some gray dye here. I do. All right, so... The only problem with the gray terracotta is that it's still brown. Yeah, I mean, because unfortunately all of the terracotta has a little bit of a red tint to it, so the gray ends up being really brown. Yeah, so that's not going to work. All right. So much for plan A. What am I cooking? Oh, stone. Okay. Yeah, it's my auto furnace. It's nice to have a super smelter on occasion, you know? It's still cooking. What is it? How much do I have left? Oh, yeah, lots. Okay. Cool. All right, so I think that's not going to work, the terracotta. So here's, which is fine. That's fine. So what I can do, let's see. I've got a box. Do I have some blackstone? I've left a bunch of stuff just sort of floating around here. Some blackstone. Let's actually take the polished blackstone and maybe the regular blackstone. And let's try this. Oh, let's meander out this way. Yep, so I've been in this world for about, I don't know, what have we got? 2.5 years, maybe? Something along those lines. Oh, okay. What's up there? That's a horse. Horses are good, you know. Who doesn't like a good horse, right? All right, so we'll just jump there and pretend it was fine. I don't know why I'm pretending. I know I can fly. I flaunt it often enough. All right, so what if instead... So it's not the basalt. Come on, let's use the right thing. Let's try one of those. Yeah, maybe I'll do the problem with the polished blackstone is it's very square. Yeah, see, the issue here is actually kind of this. So maybe the problem is actually not maybe the problem here is just the concrete powder and the basalt. All right, so let's get up here. Yeah, some light gray concrete would definitely work. All right, let's take this concrete powder out. All right, because that's going to be an issue. Of course, I had to build this way up tall too, so. But yeah, some light gray concrete. The problem I have with the concrete, and it's actually an issue I have with just the solid gray concrete here at all, is it's solid, right? There's no texture to it. So actually, maybe what I need to do is not use concrete, but use wool. That's an idea. All right, I think I've got some wool over here because I was doing. Yeah, let's grab some gray wool instead of the concrete. Because that'll have a little bit of a texture to it. Yeah, exactly. Because this concrete, it's all solid here, right? So if I were to come up here with some gray wool. Okay, see, that's not too bad. All right, let's take this. Take the gray concrete out. You know, it looked fine when I had it laid out on the floor. It looks a little different now that I've got it up, trying to make it become a wall. All right, so what if I come in here like this and then bring in... you know, actually, do I have... polished blackstone bricks. Let's just bring some of those in here real quick, just to, because the bricks might, yeah, I think the bricks are gonna go this way. Yeah, it can light on fire, but fire tick is off on this server. It's part of the mob protection and anti-griefing stuff. So fire spread is off. So you can do, if I wanted to build a completely wool castle, totally can. So no big deal there. Right, so I could come in. Yeah, so the brick's a little bit, I don't want to get all like super, yeah, like a pillow castle. Exactly. I don't, you know, I'm kind of not sure about what I'm doing here. That's when is that any different? My shears here. Let's take the wool out. Well, the wool's not bad. I just don't. So that's gray wool. I could come in with some black wool, but that would be even darker. It's just the textures are not working right. Okay, so what's my Minecraft skin look like? That's me. Here, let me take off my armor. See, there I am. See? Just a dude in sunglasses and stuff, you know? All right, grab my all that fun stuff, and yeah. All right, so what if I were to instead come down? Let's grab a little bit more brick just to play with here, and come down kind of. Boy, that really is going to be the way to go, isn't it? So I wasn't entirely planning on doing super dark castle of darkness and brooding, but that is kind of where things are going here. Okay, so right, I can come in here kind of like this, and then with the brick. Right, yeah, so come in with some brick, and then, yeah, now I'll want those layers to be a little thicker. But yeah, so, yeah, okay. I think I see what I'm doing here, maybe. Yeah, so that'll go that way, and then I'll have the brick and the blackstone and all of that going all the way up. Hello, llama. I'm going to need a lot of blackstone. All right, that's fine. That's fine. Okay. So this is all going to come out. So I guess I'll dig up all the concrete. But, you know, this is why I didn't try to build the whole thing first. You know, what was yeah, right, exactly. All right, so basically I'm going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 layers of color. All right. So, hola, Señor Llama. Do you like to be on fire? Oh, you're about to become muy caliente. Haha. Okay, yeah, don't you spit at me. I know I set you on fire. That's no reason to get all rude. I know. I'm bad. I shouldn't kill llamas, but anyway. That's it. Well, it's almost bedtime. All right, so while that's going on, we'll just put the wool back. And the concrete is going to go back, but I've got a shulker over there. I guess I brought some gray dye with me. All right, well, do I have a convenient spot to put it? No? I guess it goes there now. Yeah, so I've got some fun terracottas and stuff here. Yeah, well, my command of Spanish is extremely limited. I am trying to learn it, but oops, come here. Oh shoot, yeah, I'm gonna need a lot more blackstone. All right, well that's fine. I can go get some blackstone. Let's swing back to the Nether, where I've got some blackstone stored conveniently over here. In a box. There we go. That should grab. Oh, let's drop off this. Get a lot of gravel from these guys too, which is, you know, a thing. It happens. All right. Okay, so there's some blackstone just there. Okay, there. Got an even stacks. That's a plus. Okay. Now I probably don't have any other stuff here that I'm looking for, so just a little bit of brick. That's fine. All right, cool. All right, so let's grab a little nap and head back out to the castle there and see what I can do as far as. Oops, hey, this way. Your Espanol is also limited. Nice. Yeah, I do try to keep the chat English only, just for those people who are, well, like me, don't read it well. But yeah. But yeah, I've been kicking on Duolingo here for a little while, so I've making some progress, but still don't feel real comfortable with the language. Doesn't help that I studied French for 3 years, and I keep wanting to jump back into French. Ah, yes, that would do it. Living in a country that speaks a language will definitely get you a little bit closer to actually using it. All right, so if I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on a 18 or something block high deal, so yeah, back in your own country now. Nice. Okay, so basically what I want to do is I want to take out some of this basalt. Okay, and I'm going to basically bring this up, kind of up around this way. I'll hit the basalt, then hit this polished up here. So, yeah, that'll work. All right, so yeah, that's not too bad. Let's take out some of the stuff that I was playing with, just so I can get it all. Oops, well, I guess that can stay there. All right, so gradients. All of the gradients. Gradients, my encyclopedians. That made 0 sense. All right, so we'll get some of that in there. Now we'll get some of the brick. That's going to sort of kind of go up and around that way. I think I want the brick, yeah, to come up sort of like this. All right, now I've got the, so that's probably too far down. So now that's going to go in there like that. All right, now where's my basalt? Ah, there it is. It's there. Okay, so now the basalt's going to come in here like that. And then up here. Now I should probably, let's not make this quite as smooth. Right, so bring in some of that. That'll go up there like that. Right. Okay, so yeah, so this isn't too bad. Okay. I'm going to get a little bit of the weird texture here as you go from the blackstone to the brick up to the basalt. But I think that's going to be okay. Unless they want to... no, I think that'll be okay. I think that'll work. So it starts dark, moves up, gets lighter. I may want to patch in a little transition color here, but I think that's going to be okay. Because I definitely don't want to be using concrete. That's going to be too smooth. A little wool here and there might work, but... okay, so let's go and bring this blackstone out then. All right. My color design instincts are not great, right? Yeah, I don't know if you saw my creative stream on Thursday last week. I'll be doing another one here on Thursday this week. But it's like, yeah, I'm going to start with this color, and this is going to be the color, and then ended up doing something totally and completely different. So, it happens. One of these days I'll get better at picking some of that stuff out, but yeah, that's you. Yeah. Yeah, but it's definitely a challenge that I have personally. I said I don't know about the rest of the internet at large, but I definitely have a problem with it. Now, the other thing I'm going to do is I think these walls are going to go up, but I think I need to add some other sort of detail and interest to them just as part of the build. Now, what I'm not doing is I didn't plan any of this out in creative. I don't know. I'm just doing this all freehand. I'm not doing anything crazy like that. So, but what I think I want to do is as I come through here, I'm just going to do, blackstone here. And then I'll get to some of the others. But basically the idea here is I'm going to get the blackstone in, and then actually just get this whole wall in. And then I need to come through and just do something to give it some more interest, because, as the texture is going to be fun. It's going to be nice. In fact, yeah, I think I need to get some of that up. But even with the gradient going up, this is going to be boring. Okay. So I'm definitely going to need to get out here with some stuff coming along the outside of the wall. Maybe some towers. Especially there in the corners, maybe here in the middle. Probably one right along there, right? Just some stuff to help break up the monotony of this big flat wall. All right, so now, okay, so that's going to go there. Okay, there, and now let's make a bunch of bricks. Okay. Now, this is going to come in and actually what I should do, probably some over here as well, is just be sure I bring up the gradient just a little bit more. So that's probably, that's probably a little wrong there. Okay, I also think I'm going to bring the brick down just a touch. Okay. You can kind of see it as it comes down, breaks things up just a bit. So it doesn't look like you've got too much of a pattern going. I mean, there's going to be one, but not going to be too bad. The idea is to make it look a little bit more random than it is. Okay, so all right, so now, and I should have been playing with that a little bit more as I was going with this, but yeah, I basically want to open that up. Definitely want to bring some of this other stuff. There is some cracked stone as well that I should probably, or cracked stone brick that I should play with here just a little bit as well. But let's come down this way and just bring a little bit of the brick down there as well. So yeah, so basically I'm just throwing blocks in the wrong place so I can walk into them. You know, that sort of thing. Rat. It's a common problem. Sometimes you just gotta work with it. Okay, so yeah, and so it's not that huge of a deal, but you definitely want to spread it out. Like right over here, I've got a little bit of an every other thing going on. Also, it's like leaving little blocks around like they're Oreo crumbs or something. And I'm a big fan of Oreos, but I don't really need Oreo crumbs all over the build, right? Okay. Oh, yeah, so the tickets. So, tickets are my channel currency, as opposed to the channel points. And you can use the tickets to do a bunch of other stuff. Things that you can't necessarily do through channel points. Things like play movie quotes and stuff. There's a link. If you follow that link, musicfreegaming.com/commands, that'll take you to my page that lists all the commands and describes the gift shop where you can spend tickets and things like that. Okay. It does. You can do things. There are some, play some movie quotes. I think there are some Snapchat filters that are available there that aren't available through channel points, right? So that type of thing. So yeah, that's kind of what that is. Okay, I probably should bring some of the more of these up just a touch more, just to fill that in. Well, definitely filled it in. Not quite the way I probably should have, but okay, so now this tree is sort of in the way. All right, yeah, so you can kind of see how this is going up. I'm actually a little bit too high. I should be switching back to well, maybe not quite that much, but I'll go with that much. I really should be coming out now with the polished blackstone. Okay. So my gradient's a little heavy at the bottom, so that's fine. I can actually take out some of that, put in some brick. No, you don't have to pay money for them at all. I do have some that are subscriber only, so if you subscribe to my Patreon, and then there are some that are cheaper for subscribers. But yeah, you can. But they are available. You just have to you can use the channel points to buy the tickets. Oops, that's not what I want to do. All right, so now this is going to come up this way. Yeah, probably around about to there. Okay, but I want to bring this up. In fact, those bricks are probably a little high. Yeah. Yeah, so once you buy the tickets, then yeah, anything in the gift shop that you have enough tickets for is fair game. So pretty much anything that's prefixed with a sub is subscriber only. So, but yeah. Yep. So, and the commands I think are listed there on that page as well. So, yeah. So this is going to come up. Yeah. Now this is, yeah, I'm going to have to work this gradient because I'm pushing it a little bit too high here. Because what I should be coming.
We jumped out a window.
Yep. Just like that. Yep. So yeah, so this is going to come up this way. Yeah, so that's how it works. See, I love movie quotes. It's one of those things. As I was growing up, I practically grew up speaking in movie quotes and puns. So English is a second language. It's movie quotes and puns for me. So yeah, how high does this need to be? So the top of this is what, 93. Okay, cool. Yep. So that's kind of how that works. Yeah, that'll go in there. So 93 is up to here. Okay. All right. So this is going to slide. Oops. Yeah. Something kind of sort of like that. But you can see I'm up. My gradient's off. I'm definitely up way too high. So, all right. So a lot of this brick, this stone needs to come out.
And I love you, random citizen.
Yep. Ah, thank you, Manda. I'm certainly trying. Hope you're doing all right. Hope your migraines are feeling a little bit better today. Okay, so yeah, so this is going to come in sort of, kind of, roughly in here like this. But yeah, and that's the thing. Oh, and I just rolled out, speaking of channel points, a couple of brand new channel point things that allow you to change the color of my overlays. So right now I'm on my default blue theme, but if you'd rather see it in green or red or yellow or, white, those are options too. So yeah. Yep. So got all that going. It's one of those benefits is I was simplifying my overlays here a little bit. It's like, wow, this is cool. I can do this now. All right. Yep. So can't go full rainbow, but oops, that's not the right block. Because I don't have any actual design skills myself, but but the overlay set that I've got has those colors colors available. There we go. Color options. Maybe that's the word I was going for. So yeah. Okay, so this is going to come up now, and then I think kind of sort of this way. I might want to minimize that basalt there a little bit. Yeah. Actually, there is a small problem with the red one, actually. Is when I go into the webcam view, there was a problem with that overlay, so I had to use the white one just for that frame. I've got a message into support. I actually need to follow up with them here probably tomorrow just to see if they've figured out what the heck was wrong with that. Okay, so this is going to come up that way. This actually should come up a little bit higher here. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, so that's how it's going. But the overlays I've got are fairly simple anyway, so there isn't... Ooh. That line of black is going to be a problem. I don't mind the black stone there, but having it just kind of stick up in a line like that is a little bit of a problem. So, yeah. But anyway, it's there, so... But yeah, it was fun. I was playing with that, and I was getting things set up for myself. So okay, do this, do that, and it's like, whoops, fall off the wall, right? That type of thing. And it's like realized, oh look, I can do all sorts of cool stuff because I've made things a little bit simpler, so it's a little bit easier to do stuff. So yeah. All right, so now. Yeah, so like right here, that's Okay, I was going to extend the gradient, but, you know, we'll go that way. All right, so this is going to come sort of along these lines. I will need to push the basalt down this way just a touch. Just again to... I'm a little worried the basalt doesn't quite blend the way I'd like, but it's not too bad, actually, so I can go with that. I do have it coming down just maybe a little bit low, but it's okay. All right, so yeah, just this is a lot easier since I can actually, you know, fly. Hi, can you defy the laws of physics? Well, you know, sometimes. All right, yeah. Yeah, the blackstone comes out in nice gradients. Man, I can't wait for the deep slate to show up, because that would be a wonderful bridge between those two colors. In fact, I think I've got a little too much of the blackstone there. Yeah. Okay, yeah, because I had fun playing with the deep slate when I was doing some of those creative streams with the 117 snapshots. Okay, oops. Yeah, because the deep slate looks nice. Okay, let's go just bring that down. Bring down some of this blackstone. Replace it with some brick, you know, just to spread this out. Plus, man, the blackstone has a little bit of a rough texture to it, which would be nice to smooth out with some of the brick. Okay, yeah. See, this is starting to work out okay now. Okay, yep. Other than, you know, randomly placing blocks in the wrong place, you know, it's doing okay. Yep. All right, and now night is falling, so just grab a quick nap. All right, let's get back here. Yeah, so this is going to come in this way. You know, just bring in a little bit of basalt just to bring it down just a little bit lower, but you do want to try to blend your colors here a little bit. I did take an art class or two, you know, in school when I had to, and they, you know, made me. But when you're trying to blend colors, you know, it's not a smooth line, right? It blends. Sometimes it goes a little higher, sometimes a little lower as they merge into each other. And so like up here where I've got like this line right here, I want to break up a little bit of this for a couple of reasons. One, it's just too straight a line, but two, because of the way the just this plain blackstone looks, it gets a little bit funky. So yeah, so I'm going to play with some gradients here, and it's going to be all right. So we'll go up that way just a little bit, bring the smooth across this way some. Yeah, that's probably too low, but you know, we'll go with it. Yeah. Okay, because really it's the top 3-ish blocks here are going to be the basalt. Okay. All right. Yeah, so you can kind of see how this is starting to unfold here as I flap and fly my way around. All right. But yeah, it's not bad. Not super thrilled with that transition right there, though. I don't know if there's something else I can do. maybe I could pull out a wool or something, but so I didn't like the texture of the wool with all of that other stuff. Maybe. All right, let's try this. Let's try some of these places. Let's come in with. Well, I was going to try to stick the basalt out pointing this way a little bit, but I might have to do. Yeah, I don't think it's going to make that much of a difference, to be honest. Right, so if I throw some basalt facing out, I was trying to avoid that a little bit, but yeah, it's actually even a little bit lighter, which is a problem. I actually want it to be darker, so okay. Well, let's go clean up after myself and then continue working my way around the castle. Okay, so just get some of this basalt in place here. Okay. Yeah, so the top row is going to be almost all. Oops, no, those were wrong. Those were wrong, but you know, maybe I'll just go with it. Happy accidents, right? Yeah, yeah, happy accidents. There are no mistakes. There are only happy accidents, right? That wasn't that Bob Ross's deal. Okay. Okay, so we'll just whip this across this way. Yeah, I'll break up that line of stuff there, but because it's directional, I don't want it to be too normal. That would be weird. I don't want it to be stripes, you know? And so that, I'm going to take that top one out, but yeah, so let's come in here. We'll do some, that might be a little bit too much there, but we'll go with it. All right. Yeah, so something along these lines, right? So this is going to come in. We'll bring it down just a little bit. All right, just to kind of spread things out. Yeah, let's go and just bring this in here kind of like that. All right, yeah, so I think I've got a couple of places where I've got just a little bit too much of one color and not enough of another. But it's not too bad, I think. Yeah, the rotational aspect of the basalt is a little bit of a challenge, but you know, this whole directional thing, but I think it's kind of sort of work here. It's going to bring a little bit of the black stone up too. Okay. Now this is part of my problem too, is I'll look at what I've done, it's like with a much too critical eye. Right? So I'm not going to look at it for a minute, right? So if I'm going to turn around and look at this wall for a minute, or in a minute, and it's like, if I had just walked up on this wall, what would I think? Versus, I just built it, and now I'm looking at all the flaws. So it's whip around, whoosh. And it's not too bad. I think there are a couple of places, like right over here, where I want to, I don't mind the extra height, but I do want to take that one out. Okay. Yeah. See, that's not too bad. Just a little bit of stuff. There are some places like right around here. I think I want to change just a little bit. Partly because it's not blending the right direction. Right, so that should come down this way, and then should bring some brick in like that. Okay. Yeah, let's take out that black stone, put in some brick. Okay. See, that's not too bad. Yeah, and see, like, this spot right here. You can actually see it better if I don't zoom out or zoom in. It's just a little bit too... Having it blend up is one thing, you know, where it sort of blends into it, but that was a little bit too much. Okay. Actually, that whole thing's a little bit too much. Okay, so take that out. All right. All right, how are we doing? Okay, so that's not too bad. Yeah, these ones need to come out, and these need to come out. All right. And I think I'm going to take that out as well. A little bit of basalt, just to give it some... just to shorten things up a little bit. So the problem with the basalt is because it's such a different texture from the brick, having it mix in, like some of... like that black stone mixes in with the brick, it's not subtle. It doesn't blend quite as well as I might like. Okay, so, but overall not too bad. Right, so as I just fly around here, it's not a bad gradients coming up to it. I said what I want to do, once I get the wall up, then I'm going to end up tearing out parts of it or putting in some towers and some other things that'll give it a little bit more interest. Probably I should think about, you know, where the floors are and some windows and things like that. And probably something with some color. And I'm kind of thinking, now redstone would of course go very well, just regular redstone, but even the red, not redstone, red nether brick. So yeah, see, those are the words that I'm looking for. Red nether brick would go really well with this, right? I did that over there somewhere. Okay, so we'll just kind of bring some of this stuff up like this. Let's see. Yeah, now. Yeah, here we'll just play with the walls. Oops. Well, play with the wall, but so I think take that out. Yeah, because let me sleep, and then I'll show you what I'm talking about with the red nether brick. Because it's obviously the red and the black are going to contrast very well. They make a really nice thing, right? So, like here, I've got the black stone, got the red nether brick up top, and actually some other nether brick as well, right? So you get this nice contrast. And then over here, I've actually got a smaller version of the gradient I'm using on that castle over there. And it ends up with this nice contrast with the warped, right? The warped wood, as well as this dark oak. So yeah, it's going to be interesting. So let's get some more of this going here. Okay, so let's see. Probably what I should do here too is just bring up a little bit of the black stone up this way, just enough that maybe you can see a block or two of it. As I come over here, right, coming down, oops, not the brick, the plane, there we go. There we go. So I come over here, I may want to push some of the brick down just a little bit, because the brick's going to look better, and it does look better as part of the castle than just that plain black stone. Okay. Yeah, so something along those lines. It's fun and exciting at the same time, which is kind of what you're looking for. Oh, yes, of course. And then you can throw in some cracked brick as well, which would actually... The cracked brick is going to go a little bit better. Maybe right down here, right? It's going to... Yeah, see, that blends... Provides a little bit more of a blend between the stone and the bricks. Okay. I mean, it works either way, but okay, so but you know, I could throw in some of this all around here, so maybe not there, but that could be fun, right? So we'll just bring this polished blackstone this way. All right, and yes, do I have more? Yes, I do. I in fact do have more. All right, so this is going to sort of come up this way. And now where's my basalt line? Wow, that's all the basalt I have on me? Well, that's inconvenience. What do I have down here? Basalt. Okay, so I've got a little bit of that. Pick that up. The concrete powder. Concrete can go in the box. All right. Because, yes, I was planning on using basalt on this build. That is, in fact, part of the idea here. Okay, so, you know, just pick that up. Thank you. Oh, look at this gap in the wall. That is indeed a gap. I guess I'll put in some blackstone because I don't have anything else. I'm just gonna put in some brick, but I don't have brick, so just we'll just go with it. Okay, so this is gonna just kind of slide in around, kind of this way. Yeah, so if this comes up a little bit, that's going to be fine. And then let's grab this, polish all that stuff up. All right. And yeah, so this is going to come this way. As I said towards the beginning, I'll yeah, I'll just run this straight, and then I'll get up there and change some of those blocks just so it's not quite as flat of a row, you know. All right, so let's bring this up just a little bit more this way. Yeah. Okay, right, so this is going to come across this way, right? And now I've got, there we go. Getting some gradient stuff. Now, am I overusing the gradients? Probably. You know, it's like, hey, I've discovered a new toy. I'm going to play with it a lot. But okay, let's go. I want to be sure I don't end up with too many like, oh, here's a checkerboard and you know that type of thing. All right, so let's get some more smooth basalt here. Or polished basalt, I guess it is. Oh, that should probably be up a little higher for the regular basalt. One of the things I really like about the regular basalt is you can twist it and turn it and flip it around in all these different directions. And it still kind of blends because it's not quite as harsh, right? With the polished, you get these real defined lines, which can be really cool. just like you would get with, you know, stripped logs or something like that, right? Okay, so that's not too bad. I need to redo that. Actually, you know what? Maybe I won't. Okay, so here's my thinking. Okay, if you've got, you know, something along these lines, feel free to shout it out. My thinking is, what if I leave this and actually just make that straight? Because it's basically the top of the wall. Okay, I mean, there's all of the gradient that leads up to it, right? You get all of this sort of weird shifting and stuff. Yeah, right. It does kind of make sense, doesn't it? All right. Yeah. See, I'm with you there, Alpha. I think this is going to be better if I just straighten this out. And just this top row, we're going to take advantage of the basalt. Yeah, I'm glad you like it too. I said I'm really new at this whole gradient thing. You know, some of it is working for me, and some of it's just a little bit. But yeah, this is looking pretty good. If I just walked up on somebody's build and it looked like this, I think I'd be relatively impressed with it. It's like, oh yes, that's really nice. Okay, so I'm going to just sink down here in this little pond here. Okay. Yeah, I do want to come in here. Let's take out those two and yeah, I think those. Because did the brick end up on the other side of the wall? It did. Okay, so yeah, I think I want to put those in there and run this across like that. Yeah, see, it's just, I've got a couple of places where I was playing with some things, you know, adding some randomness and stuff, and it just ended up a little bit too regular, or a couple of places that are just, things don't quite mix and match very well. But yeah, I think that's pretty okay. Now I've got a few more walls to do, right? Because I need to come in. I've got wall that comes along this way. I've got, you know, kind of zigzags here, and then slides around here, and then back this way where it connects to the city wall. The city wall, I'm going to leave this stone brick. Okay, that is what the city wall is. Now, what I do need to do is get in when I build the city wall and mix and match the brick with some regular stone or some smooth stone, or do some patterns and things, right? So it's also not quite as boring, but yeah, so that is the plan. And I like where this plan is going. So, of course, I just bought all of this, concrete powder from Mandolin. Oh well, I'll find a use for it. Yeah, give her back some of her diamonds from when she bought all of my honeycomb. All right. Oh, and it's nighttime, so. All right. So, we got this. We got it. It's going to be great. Okay, so now let's go and just fill this back in with some dirt. There we go. Yeah, so this wall is going to come across this way here a bit. Right, just sort of blending in there. Now, what I haven't decided is how you actually get into this building. Okay. I think I'm going to have an entrance. Actually, this might be the entrance over here. So I was thinking I might have one right over here. But I've got this area that sort of sticks out a little bit. I might make this the entrance. Right, so you can kind of come in this way. Right, this is going to come around this way. Now, I need to do something with some of these corners, but let's just start with what I've got. Speaking of which, what have I got? What I've got is a lack of blackstone. So let me jump back to the nether. Get some more blackstone before I start going too crazy. Gotta go. All right. Well, have fun, Alpha. Thank you so much for hanging out with me for a while this evening. And yes, thank you so much. And I hope you have a good night as well. And yeah. Yeah. Right. So we'll just come out here and hope I can make some sense of this, right? That's the idea anyway. And I think I'm going to pull the blackstone up just a little bit higher. Yes. Yep, Thursday would be awesome. That is my next stream. So if you can be there, that would be fabulous. If not, we'll miss you. But hopefully you're having a grand whatever it is you've got going on. So, yeah. Okay. So, again, all the concrete powder goes away. All right. And yeah, so this is... It's got this sort of weird curve here, kind of short, sticks out this way and goes that way. So the whole idea as I was building this out initially... Ah, yes, the magic GIF. I like the GIFs. That was one of those things I loved on Mixer, and so I wanted to bring with me. But yes, I was building out here with the terrain, and you know, so things sort of come out and around and all that stuff. So, all right, I think what I need to do here is clean out all of the stuff I've just sort of left. Goodbye. You were gray and brick-like once. Which, for stone, is a good thing. For a person, though, I try throughout most of my normal day, you know, to not be gray and brick-like. I usually succeed at that because, honestly, gray and brick-like is not a real normal color palette for human skin. If you are suffering from gray and brick-like in your complexion, you may want to see a doctor. You know, figure out what's going on. You know, or you know, maybe just get a little sun. Assuming you don't burst into flames when you step out into the sun. You know, that is a problem. I've heard some people have. I mean, those people do tend to be, you know, vampires, but that's, you know, I don't feel like we need to discriminate against vampires. If they want to come watch the stream, you know, I'm all for that. You know, I have to admit I am somewhat opposed to their blood-sucking lifestyle, but I think it's okay to disagree with a part of a lifestyle, as long as you're not, you know, start getting like all super discriminatory and all that fun stuff, right? And honestly, you know, vampires are cool, but yeah, I can't condone the whole blood-suckingness, right? I'm sorry, Vlad, but you know, you're just gonna have to accept that I am not going to be on board with that. Okay. I know. It's... Okay, so let's get this going. I am sliding down in my chair. It's like, why do I feel like I'm bracing against the floor in a weird way? It's like, well, because kind of slowly drifting downwards. It's like gravity is a thing. And I've noticed as I've let myself, get a little heavier over the last couple of months that, gravity seems to pull a little bit more than I would honestly like. There are some things I think gravity would be nice if it didn't pull on me just so hard, especially first thing in the morning. I don't know about you, but I think the gravitational field of the Earth is significantly higher first thing in the morning. Okay, I really do. I think they might try to say things like, you're fat, need to lose weight, and all that stuff. But no, honestly, I think it's just gravity. Gravity is just higher. And, I don't know that NASA can do anything about it. Maybe it's a secret government plot. Just if people feel like garbage, because it's hard to get up in the morning, maybe it's a plot by Big Hot Chocolate, it's like, haha, or maybe the soda companies or something. I don't know. But that's it. That's why it's so hard to get up in the morning. It's a plot by the soda companies. Yeah. Okay. All right. So that's going to come around this way. Let's get now our basalt. Get this in here, kind of sort of just, I'm trying to randomize the direction of the basalt here just a bit. Because again, I don't want it to get too stripey, Okay, so I think it's kind of doing all right. Let's just take a quick look. Yeah, see, that's looking okay. I'm starting to get used to the blend between the basalt and the polished blackstone. So I think that's kind of okay. All right, actually, what I want to do here is let's bring this up here just a bit. Okay, bring in a little bit of basalt, and because what I want to do is I want this to come up a little bit higher, so that what I can do is now bring some of this polished over and continue this smooth line across the top. Okay. Right. So as I bring this across this way, and part of that is just so that I know where the heck am I? Right. That's an important question to have an answer to most days, right? It's like, where the heck am I? If you wake up and you're asking yourself that question, like seriously, you might have an issue. Okay, maybe you just slept too well. I've certainly had those days where I've woken up from a super realistic dream, and it's like, okay, where am I? Was that real? What's going on? I don't know. Does it make sense? No, but turns out, I wasn't actually having tea and cakes with Captain Picard. It just wasn't a thing. Thomas the Tank Engine was not there with us, despite, I think, Thomas's general love of all things British. So, Okay, yes, I know. Technically, Jean-Luc Picard is French. That only ever comes up, when he's on those episodes where he's talking about being at home or something. But, Okay, so this basalt is going to come up this way. I think my gradient's a little bit too low. I might have to move things up a little bit. On the other hand, this section of the wall does dive down a little bit lower too. So that's kind of okay. It's working out. I think that this is fine. So grab a quick nap, go back, do a little bit more. It'll be good. Oh man. So hope everybody's been having a fun and exciting day, or at least a level of fun and excitement that you can handle. I'll tell you, there are some days when there's just too much fun and excitement in my life, and I'm more than happy to not have it. You know, I work in IT. If you're having too much fun or too much excitement, fun is one thing. Too much excitement, it might be because there's problems, and you know, that's not ideal. All right, so you know, dealing with outages and other fun stuff, that's just not quite, you know, what I'm looking for. Okay, so this is all going to sort of meander across this way. Okay, yeah, this is starting to work out here. Yeah, so this portion is blending down a little bit far, perhaps, but we'll go with it. I can always adjust it a little bit as I go, but I can always look at it and say, you know what, there's a little bit too much of something here, right? Okay, so there's the blackstone. Yeah, see, this doesn't work. I don't mind it going down. It's just there's the texture of the basalt is too different, so it doesn't blend quite as well. Okay, yeah, so it's a little more gray there at the top on this side. That's okay. That is okay. I think as I come around here, I may shrink up that gray and put in a little bit more blackstone along the base here, right? So that's at least that's kind of the thinking. Okay, so let's bring this up. And what I want to do, I'm going to bring that way just a touch. That might be a little bit too tall there, but we'll go with it. Okay, now again, bring this smooth across this way. Now, all right, so let's bring this up this way, kind of up this way, you know, just make it a little bit taller in places, a little bit shorter in some others. Do I have more brick? I do. Great. Just as I'm looking at it, I want to bring the brick up a little bit more. Okay. So this is going to slide in this way. I think I missed it. Yep. Okay, so yeah, this makes sense, right? I think it does. Does it make sense? Perhaps. We'll go with it one way or another. Okay, so we'll just bring a little bit more of this up and around, and sure, this is fine. Yeah. Totally. I'm down for it. You know, it's annoying when random body parts start to itch, like my elbow. Of all of the weird things to start itching, it's my elbow. I don't know why it would start itching, but it did. Okay, just sort of bring this across this way. Now, I believe this is kind of down here. Okay, so let's bring this down this way just a touch. And now it's the nose. Okay, I'm just going to be one big ball of itchiness today. Sometimes that happens, you know. Okay, so this is going to sort of come around here. Right now, that's too much of a pattern. I need to break this up in a couple of ways. So first, I think I'll run that way. Actually, maybe let's bring a little bit of the smooth down. Kind of, boy, look, there's a pattern almost. Definitely want to break this up just a bit. Okay. So I really like the polished basalt, but it does, because it's got those defined lines, it's a little bit, it can be a little bit awkward to work with. Okay, right? Makes sense? Sure. Okay, so now this comes, what's this, 4 blocks? So 1, 2, 3. Oh, time to polish some more basalt. 4, right? So that's going to go that way, and then it comes this way. All right, sure. Okay, let's go get some more basalt. And I've realized as I've been working on this that, you know, I'm probably going to need to build myself a basalt generator. Though I don't have a whole lot more to go, so maybe I'll be okay. Maybe. Okay, so just bring this down this way a little bit. Okay, and now some of these blocks are in the right place. Actually, I think, yeah, some of those are because of the wonderful block it was. Nah, because it's kind of sliding into this other section of wall, right? So that's going to come up this way and just be, you know, basaltish. Okay, so polish up some more of that. Okay. All right. So yeah, so this is just going to sort of meander across this way. And yeah, kind of like this maybe moving down just a little bit more. I'm going to come up here with the bricks first. Okay, how am I doing on bricks? So, grab a little bit more of the polished, and now we'll just brick up a bunch of that. Okay. Yeah, so you can see sort of the frame of this building, which is going to be really nice. But yeah, there's definitely some work that's going to have to be done just to sort of smooth out some of this and make it a little bit more interesting, right? Because right now it's just kind of so it's kind of plain, even with this nice gradient action going on. It definitely has a little bit of plainness to it. So yeah, I think that's going to be a little high. Take that out. All right, so, you know, we'll just get some of this going this way. And all right. And I'm going to fall down this way, too. That's fine. All right, so this is doing okay. Getting the wall up, getting some basalt going. Now, what I don't know is how I want this to how I want all of this to come together, really. There's some definite stuff that I can do, right, to try to break up the flatness, right, because that's going to be a problem. Just as I come around here looking at some of this, it is really flat, right? Here, yeah, maybe less so, but over on this side, it's a big flipping box, right? So I'm going to have to do some stuff, and putting in some towers here on the corners. Yeah, so a tower here would be good too, sort of pushing out the wall this way, being an end cap here to this section of wall, and then maybe one more in the middle might be good. So I could end up tearing out some of this. Right, and so all of this coming across this way. That'll be good. Oh, looks like night is falling, so. Okay, well, you know, night does that on occasion. Seems like, yeah, I said every day, night falls. Okay. Yeah, so pick up some of that stone, or stone brick. Let's come over here. We'll just throw all that stone brick in the box. I don't need it right now. Almost knocked my water over. That would have been bad. Less bad than it could have been because it's a water bottle. It's a closed container. It kind of helps, but still would not want to be frantically trying to keep it from, you know, pouring down on my computer and the PlayStation and all that fun stuff. That's not fun, you know. Okay. You know, I'm going to put the blackstone on top of this, but I'm so certain I'm going to tear those blocks out, I'm just going to tear them out. See, that's just how certain I am. Okay, so I'm going to bring some brick out this way. Yeah, now, so this is coming up over kind of up onto a hill a little bit. So I've got some options. I could compress the gradient, right? So you know, for a lot of it, it was like 3 blocks, or here it's like 4 blocks for each section. Over here, because I'm up, basically 4 or 5 blocks up from where I was at on the other side, I could compress the gradient a little bit. The other option, which I might do, that was a weird rendering artifact. Okay. Just, oh, look, there's a flash. Somebody take a picture. You know, I'm sorry. Flash photography is sort of, gotta watch out for that, you know. No, but what I could do is actually put in less of the stone, right? Just the plain black stone. Yeah, except I managed to stick in a bunch of blackstone here. I could put in less of that blackstone and put in more of the rest of this stuff. Okay, so yeah, just as I'm checking out some of this here, yeah. Okay, yeah, because the building gets taller. It doesn't actually. It just, because of the way the ground goes, you actually get more of the building coming down that way. So I think what I want to do, let's see. So I'm going to have some of the basalt coming across this way, right? Let's see. So that's coming up kind of there. So come up this way here, and I'll just, yeah. So you can see it's definitely got a little bit too much brick action happening there. Maybe a little even too much polished happening right here too. Because I need the polished basalt to come down this way just a little bit. Okay, yeah, so that's sort of going that way. Okay, so then I can run this basalt sort of around over here. Yeah. As I just sort of compress things down just a little bit. Not a whole lot, but I think I can kind of see what's going on here. Wow, that was a lot of things in a line that didn't need to be in a line. Okay, let's just break that up just a little bit, huh? Well, that was definitely a way to break it up. Okay, so this is going to come in this way. And sure. Bring in some of the regular basalt, push it up. I think that's going to be all right. Sure. I mean, are you kind of with me, chat, on how this is sort of going in? I kind of hope so. All right, so what do you think, y'all? Think this is looking all right? I think it's starting to... I think it's getting some good shape to it. Yeah. Yeah, so this is... Just bring this in and bring it down. And having a little bit more of the blackstone compared to the basalt is not a bad thing, I think. Okay, but I do still need some of the polished blackstone there. Okay, that's a little too much brick. All right, and yeah, so I've got a couple of places here where things are just a little bit out of whack. Okay. Okay, so coming in sort of along those lines. And you can see it kind of compresses down just a little bit. Not that big a deal, but definitely does its thing. All right, so I'm going to need some more basalt. Where did I leave it? There it is. It's over there. It's over there. You're going to get it. Wow. I might need more basalt. Yeah, but I'm thinking if I put towers on this, then I think I might do them in a different color. And doing them in a teal or something like that might work. Okay, so... Okay, so basically my wall sort of meanders over here, and then it connects to the city wall right there. Okay. Now, the city wall is its own beast. But I suppose actually what I could do is I could end the city wall. Yes, I could end the city wall here. You know, I might... Let's do this. Let's move the wall over a block. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to move this wall over this way. Okay, so things align a little bit nicer. Okay, so this is going to come in like that. All right, just going to take this out. So I need to do one more column up on the side, which is okay. Hand in the right place. Apparently, you know, if you want to move your mouse, it's sort of important that your hand be sort of on the mouse, but also able to move in the direction you want the mouse to go. For those of you who have never used a mouse before, right, that's just kind of how that works. Okay, so, yes, because mouse skills, that's... I'm sure we're all confused. How does a mouse work? I don't know. Does a mouse work? Well, that's a question. I seem to have fallen in a hole. Okay. All right, so basically what I'm going to do here is let's bring this up this way a bit. In fact, I might do a little more blackstone there too, just for grins and giggles. Right, so it'll come up on that side a little bit more. And then I'll run the wall this way. Okay, so let's go ahead and just take a bunch of this blackstone. We'll just take it right across here. Okay, right. And then it's going to go up sort of in that direction. Right up here, it'll connect with the city wall. Yeah, and that'll make sense, because what I'll do, right, so I'll bring this across this way, which is fine. Let me zoom out here. So the castle will go here. The city wall will come and connect, and then it will become part of this castle here, which I'll continue with the gradient, the blackstone and stuff. So the wall comes in, and then I've got this sort of this castle that sticks out and is part of it, but is also separate, right? So I think that'll work, right? I think that'll be fine. So it'll come across this way, bring the blackstone around, all that fun stuff. I might even bring it down this way, or I might just terraform, bring the stone up a little bit to connect to it a little more too. But okay. The cat decided to settle in on your lap?
Yeah, I got up and turned the light on, and he decided that, oh, hey, you can pay attention to me now.
That's right. The light's on. Now it's time, totally time to, yeah.
Now he wants my attention.
All right.
Bringing all his fur with him.
All his fur. Well, you know, like cats typically do. Cats don't tend to leave, can go places without their fur. You know, it's...
Spring when they spray it everywhere.
Well, there's that too, you know. Hello, spring. I feel the need to leave random hairs all over the place so they could... I think that's part of my problem is cat hair in the nose. But, yeah, you know. Oh, because that's what it feels like. Oops. Back and forth is in the nether. Yes, so... I'm not a huge fan of cat hair up my nose. Some of it, I don't know if there are people out there who just that's their jam, but it's not mine. No, not really. All right, so let's meander over here. Oh yeah. See, it's one of those things. Some gradients look better from a distance. See, there's up close. It's not too bad. From a distance, it looks even better. So yeah, if I can start getting some good towers and things on here, this is gonna look pretty nice actually. All right, so this is gonna come across this way. What I want to do is, I think, for the most part, I'm just gonna come in here with a little bit of a second row, not completely, just a little bit. And then I'll come in with the brick, fill in these gaps. I may throw a little bit of brick, a little bit of the stone coming up just a touch. Right, like right here. This is a place where the stone might come up a little bit higher. But, oh, right, okay. You know what's really cool? Doing this all correctly. That's really cool. Okay, let's do, because I'm going to need some more of that. Okay, and now some brick. Probably not enough of that, but come on. Okay, one of these days I'll be able to click and drag and do all those cool little mouse tricks that everyone does. Like, oh look, I can drag stuff around. It's cool. Yeah. Yeah, one of these days that'll be a thing I can do. It'll be wonderful. All right, so yeah, I don't know if the rest of you have to deal with things like, you know, allergies to your pets, but I mean, I love my cats. They're awesome most of the time. I do have one cat that's like, I mean, I've got two cats. One of them is a real pain in the neck. One of them is just getting old and acts like it. But
At least the annoying cat is funny and he likes to play.
well, that's true. He does like to play, which does make him fun to watch, you know. But that,
Cat doesn't want to play anymore.
no, it's the problem with, he's just too old now. It's, he could play, but that involves, that whole gravity thing we were talking about just a minute ago, All right, so just, yeah, so just bring some of this, and I'm more than happy to let the blackstone creep up a little bit more on this side, right? So I'll still have the basalt, right? It's still going to come in here. I might even bring it down that way a little bit, but I'm okay if this this blackstone sort of creeps up just a little bit. Okay, you're right. I'm just giving it a little bit of a, something. Okay, so just a little bit. Yeah, and I'm just going to randomly place blocks sticking out because, again, you want some some distinction, right, in your wall. You don't want it to be totally flat, so just these random blocks sticking out. That's actually a feature, right? That's how that. No. That was one of my goals for the extra live stream that I did the other day was if we'd hit the $100 in donations, I was going to do a stream. It was the Happy Accident stream. I said, I can't undo anything. If I make a mistake, I have to live with it. It has to become part of the build, which would have been its own special breed of fun, I'll tell you. Just bring that there. Okay. So that's going to go this way. So let's get some of the basalt coming down here. Okay. Right, because what I want to do now is get some of this going. And yeah, if there's a little bit more gray on this side or a little bit more black, either of those things would be okay. I'm not sure if there's one or the other I want to do, but we'll just sort of go with it here. Yeah, I'm just bringing a little bit of that, the rest of that gradient in. Okay. Yeah, so I think this is going to be mostly all right. So bring in, yeah, just a little bit of the regular basalt versus the polished. Yeah, see, so we're continuing the colors here. And basically, instead of compressing it too much, I mostly just cut out the regular blackstone layer. Okay, so all right, so it's not too bad, I suppose. Just kind of run this up sort of around this way. Okay, I think it's starting to look pretty okay though. All right. Yeah, definitely want to bring a little bit of the regular basalt in that way. Okay, yeah, so this is starting to get a little bit of shape here, getting some of the basalt in, some of the on the blackstone, and so I think this is gonna work, y'all. I don't know if you've got other suggestions for how this should go together, but I think this is starting to do okay. Yeah. Yep. Okay. Oops, well. that might be a problem just because it's a little bit too... Again, the pattern on the polished basalt is pretty distinct, so it can be a... And I said it doesn't blend quite as well as like the regular basalt does, or even the blackstone, polished blackstone, which has this very square look to it, you know. Okay, but yeah, I'm kind of digging this. Okay, right, so that line's going across this way. So I'm going to need a lot of basalt now to finish this section of the castle, since I'm, yeah. I'm going to take all of this stone brick out. I'm going to replace it with this blackstone and basalt gradient. So I'm going to have to set up a basalt generator and just go to town with that. I think we've got a quarry for blackstone, so that's good, but... Whew, all right. Yeah, so I've got probably... yeah, maybe half the castle. Got about half that castle done. At least for the main walls. And yeah, the gradient does look pretty cool. So that'll look nice coming out this way. And yeah, I'll have to figure out what's happening down here as well. I could even get a little darker if I need to as I come down. Right? I could take the blackstone and go into like coal blocks, for example. That would look really nice. So yeah, that is something that's going to happen probably on Tuesday or on Saturday. Thursday, I'm going to be doing be back in creative working on some of that stuff. So that'll be fun. And since I'm in here, let's just whoosh on back here. So definitely want to thank all of you for joining me today. It is time for me to stop. But yes, I will be back on Thursday. Be doing some stuff in creative. Saturday, I'll be back here on Mandolin's World working more on that castle. So that is going to be awesome. I do want to roll credits here. Definitely want to thank all of you for joining me today, participating, watching the stream, all that fun stuff, whether you're chatting or lurking or whatever. You all are super awesome. Definitely want to also point you over at my Patreon at patreon.com/musicfreegaming, where there's some exclusive content for patrons and such. So check that out. Of course, you can also follow me on all the social medias, or at least Twitter, TikTok, and YouTube. Or join the Discord, because it's fun to chat outside of streams too. All right, so how are we doing on people? Not enough, I think, to worry about a raid tonight. So we'll go ahead and let that go. As I said, I'll be back again on Thursday. And until next time, be excellent to each other. And this is Music Free Gaming signing off.